Capitol. They were right. This footage, as we've gone through it, is as scary as Democrats have made it out to be. No wonder Liz Cheney and Nancy Pelosi kept the truth from us, because it shows just how bad it was. Here's just a... Well, Americans had a very busy weekend doing what Congress wouldn't do. Americans spent the weekend basically combing through 44,000 hours of...
Call Haloyim, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Ruakadas, and a digital epistle to the 12 tribes of Israel. Double honors to the elders and apostles who preach in sincerity and who rule well and who've been laboring in the street. You know, the apostles of Jesus, you know. Honor to the men pushing on the late West doctrine, and brothers and sisters believing in the last days.
January 6th footage, some eagle-eyed Americans were able to comb through all of this, and the Speaker of the House, of course, Mike Johnson, released all of it for you to watch. You can watch it now publicly if you'd like. So there's a lot of questions that we want answers to. Here are a few questions we have. Why did the FBI and Capitol Police lure the crowd into the building that day? It's a good question, right? Why were they doing that? Why did Capitol Police fire on innocent people who were peacefully protesting? With paintball guns that some had reported, and others were saying that's a conspiracy theory. You clearly rushed the Capitol. You were not fired upon first. You were storming the Capitol. These were the narratives that we heard. That was suppressed, of course, by the January 6th committee. Will we see body cam footage of all of that? You know, who fired first? Where was that? There was a ton of body cam footage. Or was that all just a MAGA fantasy, a lie by Trump supporters? How many FBI agents were there that day? Well, according to the FBI, there were just too many to count, and they lost track. Originally, though, remember what they told us originally? How many FBI informants were at the Capitol that day? What was their response?
A goose egg.
Zero. Now, the story has changed. There's just too many, and we lost track. It's amazing how this works, isn't it? According to the FBI, there were so many to count, they just lost track. Originally, they told us there were none there. And maybe we'll see some agents in the crowd when we comb through this footage. Why was Nancy Pelosi's daughter there filming a documentary that day with a film crew? Why was that? Like, she knew it was worth filming that day, right? Like, something might have happened. Will we see the frantic moments that Pelosi came face-to-face with death and barely survived? Will we see that footage? Until now, we've only seen really what Liz Cheney and the January 6th Select Committee actually wanted you to see. Selectively edited videos showing alleged MAGA Trump supporters smashing windows, breaching the Capitol. And even when Kevin McCarthy gave Tucker Carlson's production team at Fox News a chance to go and look at the footage, they held on to it, and they had to go to the Capitol and comb through it there for 2 weeks. And they went through as much as they could in that amount of time. So it's not like they just handed it over to Tucker and he was able to take it home with his team. No, they had to go to the Capitol and basically camp out there and look at it. So they really didn't hand it over. So now we have access to it. Well, oh boy, because buckle your seatbelts, guys, because they told us what happened on January 6th was worse than 9/11. Remember, they said that it was worse than 9/11. So bad that America was under attack by an enemy so vile, so destructive, that America would never be the same. It was so devastating that Congressman Adam Kinzinger couldn't hold back tears.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to my colleagues on the committee. Thank you to our witnesses. I never expected the day to be quite as emotional for me as it has been.
Yeah, it really is. A lot of tears. So white supremacist MAGA supporters trying to tear down democracy by storming the United States Capitol. They were right. This footage, as we've gone through it, is as scary as Democrats have made it out to be. No wonder Liz Cheney and Nancy Pelosi kept the truth from us, because it shows just how bad it was. Here's just a sample of the newly released video this weekend. This might give you post-traumatic stress, so
James 5:3. Your gold and silver is cankered. The rest of them shall be a witness against you, and shall your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. All the rape, robbery, and murder that happened in America that these people just ignore, they just justify. It was in the past. But they're the main people supporting the people in the Holy Land, pushing that genocide. Yeah. You know, all this inflation is a witness against you. All these things that you had, that you didn't take the time to, you didn't help the Israelites, you didn't see the truth of the Lord. People was cool with their plantation, Christianity, It was cool with them pork chop Christianity. They was cool with all the systems that hit against Jake. It was cool with the redlining. Slavery happened in the past. That has nothing to do with the gospel. In America, prophecy is prophecy is someone just tell you something about you. The pastor, he look at you and he knows stuff, or prophesize. Really, people just declare stuff. People, I need a prophecy. I need a prophet to declare me, to give me $1 million, or have educated kids. It's all about that status. They trusted in America. They trusted in Babylon the Great. This is where the new Israel. As 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 if America is as America was Israel, and all the nations flowed onto it to the understanding, and America was just a peace force. You know, these people, support all more all them drone strikes in the Middle East. Teaching their kids that America, the people just hate us because we're free. So people trust in America like it's not biblically Babylon the Great. It's not Mystery Babylon. It's not the wickedest nation to exist, man. That America really was a trap. Not only was it a trap to gain the finances, to build the influence to create that the one world order. It's also a trap by the Lord, whoever worship the image of the beast, and they'll be burnt up by the nuclear missiles, man, the nuclear destruction, man. 200 million intercontinental ballistic missile warheads.
Apologize in advance if what you're about to watch is a little scary. I'm warning you. Brace yourself for this, okay? Take a look at your screen here. What you're going to see here on the top part of your screen is an angry horde of Trump supporters storming the Capitol. And I want you to watch as they brutally attack these police officers. And they, look at this. Absolutely troubling.
Wait for it.
Watch. Look at that. I mean, it gives me shivers.
With cyber attacks on the rise, protecting your data security is more important than ever. So
really gives me shivers.
And you really have people say, oh, they really put this propaganda hard. And especially with all that happened within the past years, people don't care about nothing. People have been worn down by the impending crisis hitting over and over that they already tapped out. So they don't really look into this information. You just have the population just get juiced in. Ignoring us, discarding the side effects to be in society, to partake in Babylon the Great. So this is all they really have to hold on to. They don't read nothing. They just, Trump trying to overthrow the government. If he did that, man, that would be the only president doing his job. It's in the Constitution to overthrow, and especially, what I would always say. What I would say, man, when I be seeing these taxes, the property tax increase, the mortgages increase, there's inflation increase, I say it's time to, I don't own any guns. I don't need to, through the spirit, But I just use the metaphor, this is time to get the gun, because that's just the metaphor for it, This is why you have the right to bear arms. This is why the Edomites created the right to bear arms, So the imposing government would you'd have a way to resist, man. Is if people Jake studied, if Jake, knew the beginning. You gotta learn history, man. Knew the beginning of America and the true reasons why. We're in that same situation. But you already got.
Makes me think of that Simpsons episode where that guy's like, "Those white flags are no match for our muskets."
I mean, have you guys seen anything so terrifying? I don't know. I mean, the blue hat.
What do those police think is going on?
Look at, they're just chatting amongst themselves and, hey, how you doing? Waving to them.
Maybe someone should interview them and ask, what did you think was going on when those unsanctioned people walked into the Capitol?
Oh, Adam Kinzinger really did. He was in tears over it. Oh, it gets worse. You think this footage is bad, guys? Police are so terrified, I'm going to show you next video here, that they're shaking hands and giving more instructions on where to go in the building. Take a look at this. Here you go. There you go. Need help there? There you go. Pat on the back. You want to go this way? All good. All good. You just go that way, guys. Yeah, right down there. Just walk right through. Pat on the back. Nice to see you. There, I'll show you. I'll even lead you there. Okay, go ahead. Nice to meet you guys. Police are so terrified of these violent insurgents that they can barely hold the doors. Here's another. Hold the doors for these folks coming through, and I'm just worried they're going to run me over. They're so violent, and they're going to kill me. And so I'm going to hold these nice little French doors here open and make sure that they don't smash the glass. And here you go. This way. You can enter right this down this way. If you guys need to use the bathroom or get a coffee or anything like that, just
it's cold outside. Warm yourself.
Warm yourselves up here in the confines of the Capitol, and I'll hold this door.
2 Thessalonians 2:11, and for this cause that power shall send them strong delusion, and they shall believe a lie. These people are truly believing a lie. That the last man really called for an insurgence against the government. You know? But if he was real with it, he would have told you, go get your licks. You better put down every politician. They're robbing you. They're scamming you. But we see Trump is with the system. He with it. He with the juice, man. Candace was hurt. Candace was hurt. You know? And he's killed all the day long, you know? So they make sure he in line.
Is there more of you guys coming? Let me just hold the door for you. And I want to say the next video, though, honestly, guys, might be the scariest of them all. This video, honestly, to me, this next video here, go ahead and roll it there, Philip. There we go. This is the one. Yeah, this is the next video. This might be the scariest of them all. This video looks like an intermission at a Broadway show. You know, when you go out halfway through a show, if you've ever been to some sort of a musical or orchestra performance or something like that, the only thing missing is a snack bar.
And the long line only for the ladies' room.
Yeah, the ladies' room. And there's people just kind of hanging out, milling about. And this goes on for minutes at a time, people taking selfies and saying hi and fist bumping the heavily armored police.
Asking for instructions, the man there in the gray.
Yeah.
Like, what, is here okay over there? You tell me and I'll
go
do what
wherever
you want
I want
me
to go. So, yeah, these are some of the newly released videos that you haven't had a chance to see yet. You've seen the heavily edited ones, of course, the ones that Liz Cheney wanted you to see. This violent horde could be heard 2 blocks away, though. You saw the violent hordes there. And 2 blocks away, there was a brave member of Congress who was held up, hiding in terror. This brave member of Congress...
It's cankered, man. Like I said, to rust down. Yeah. But, delusion, I think. Delusion. A wandering astray. One lead astray from the right way. Roams hither to and to hither. Metaphor straying away. The wrong opinion. Relative to morals or religion. Error showing itself in action. A wrong mode of acting, man. These are actors. These are hypocrites. Errors which lead errors, deceit, or fraud.
Recounted the horrifying moments. I want you to listen.
Like, I'm here, and the bathroom door starts going like this. Like, the bathroom door's behind me, or rather in front of me, and I'm like this, and the door hinges right here. And I just hear, where is she? Where is she? And this was the moment where I thought everything was over.
Yeah. It's a good thing camera crews were already in place. Coincidentally, Nancy Pelosi and her daughter's production company had cameras ready to go and roll on the moment that something happened that day. I mean, that's amazing, right? Have a full production crew ready to go, just in case. And new video emerged this weekend showing how staged the whole thing actually was. Watch an alleged phone call with Mike Pence. You can hear Mike Pence on the phone, Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer. Now, we've never seen this video before until now with this newly released footage. See if you can spot some differences between the video that was released on CNN that we've already seen. It was part of the January Select Committee. It was released on HBO and also on CNN. See the difference between the video that was released on CNN of Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and the real video that was just released. Because sometimes when you're filming a movie, you have to have multiple takes in order to get the shot just right. How many takes did they have? We only know of 2. Here are 2 examples.
And I'm at the Capitol building. I'm literally standing with the chief of police of the U.S. Capitol Police. They believe that the House and the Senate will be able to reconvene in roughly an hour. Standing with the chief of the U.S.
You know, there's Satan cast out Satan, and he's divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand, man?
Capitol Police. He just informed me that they believe that the House and the Senate will be able to reconvene in roughly an hour.
Okay, did you guys notice any difference there? Do you guys notice any differences? Philip, David, anybody in the chat room? Did you guys spot the difference?
I just noticed the jump cut, but I didn't really spot.
Yeah. This was really talking about the prophets of Israel. But all the curses turn upon the heathen. Beware for these false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing. Inwardly, they are ravening wolves, man. This was supposed to be the progressive leader, you know? But all these politicians are against you.
Oh, Philip, say it.
The third person.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Philip, okay. The eagle-eyed observer, Philip, as always.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like one of those things is
No,
not like the other.
They filmed it twice.
Okay.
It's 2 different shots.
With the same phone call?
With the same phony phone call, like Howard Stern doing a prank. But in this, can we rerun it? Because in this second version of the shot, guess who pops in there? Chuck Grassley.
Hypocrite. False pretenders to be virtues or religious. And it's all a political game, you know. A hypocrite, a stage actor, pretender, dissembler. And these people are really just dissembling to the New World Order. Sinning, pretending to be virtuous or good. Imitations, persons or gestures. metaphorically hypocrisy under, to see us, to play a part, answer a fellow actor on stage to play a part. Hypocrisy is the art of affecting qualities for the purpose of pretending to be undeserved virtuous because the individual or institutions in societies most often live down to suspicions about them. Hypocrisy and accommodating equivocations underpinning the conduct of life. Imagine how frightful truth unvarnished would be.
A totally different congressman pops in. I guess they didn't catch this in their edits. Unbelievable how this whole thing is watched staged. Look at this. So there's Chuck Schumer on the right, Nancy Pelosi in her mask.
They believe that the House and the Senate will be able to reconvene in roughly an hour. Standing with the chief of the U.S. Capitol Police, he just informed me that they believe that the House and the Senate.
Thou trusteth a staff of this broken reed on Egypt. Hereon, if a man lean, it go into his hand, and it appears that so is the Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and all that trust in him. And the Bible tells the Israelites, man, they'll go back in Egypt in ships. People trust in the broken reed. This man, you trust in the falling apart. Man, Esau's falling apart. The people who see it can see it, but the people who die the world and the things of this world and the things of the flesh, they will ignore it. But if you lean on and at this broken reed, at his falling away power, man, you gotta put a charagma in you. So any man who lean and they trust in Babylon the Great, and you're not trusting the Lord, in his hand they will pierce it. You're gonna get the charagma as they took the Jews.
Look, she's really acting it up, given that
Now
she's heard
acting.
this twice. She's like, wow. Oh my gosh, that's shocking. She shivered.
Nancy, we have
to
do the shot again, Nancy, but we really need you to be like, oh my God, we need you to act up a little bit more this time. Can you fucking believe this?
You said F.
I mean, really? Like, how is this not being investigated right now? How is there not an investigation being called?
Revelate, because it's the devil, man. It's all about getting you pierced, to categorize any type of energy that is seen as insurrectionary against the government. Especially this word, the true insurrection is this word. It's ultimately going to demonize, because a lot of the source values, all of the source values, all accurate. For power of his Mashiach, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before the power day and night. The accuser of our brethren was primarily referring to the Israelites, but the curse the heat. Category to charge with the offense. And that's literally what they're doing. To be a plaintiff, man. And they put that man on trial. He's an actor. But these people say he can, because I personally don't believe it. It could be, but I personally don't believe it. Because he basically said he works better as for just to make accusation that they will make accusation. But we don't have to worry about, we don't have to take that. Why the whole team or what is expecting to accuse another before not to speak too much.
People going because of lawsuits.
Well, I shouldn't say that. Marjorie Taylor Greene just did call for a new investigation and a new January 6th committee on this specific issue, specifically over Nancy Pelosi lying to the committee about any kind of collusion or discussions with Capitol Police. And here is a phone call with Mike Pence about the Capitol Police. I had no contact with them whatsoever. Here's a phone call. And a totally staging of the event. A congressman's not even in the shot on the first.
But they didn't find me. That's the end of it. That's what we're supposed to surmise.
Yeah, she's brilliant. She's amazing at it. She's like Catwoman. She's like Catwoman in there. I just really can't get over this Nancy Pelosi stuff. I mean, I really can't.
Even a protester. And yeah,
okay.
So,
but otherwise, she's just really good because I also have lived in the United States, and I know that bathroom stalls in the United States have, for whatever reason, big gaps in them.
If we're going to see this footage, right? So we did now see new film footage emerging showing how terrifying it was for Pelosi to walk peacefully through the hallways with documentary film crews. See the footage of their Blue Lives Matter friends, just like, opening fire on an innocent crowd. So, right, we're all here to support Blue Lives Matter. We care about Blue Lives Matter, right? We care about police officers. We care about Blue Lives Matter. So what the hell? Are people actually going to start firing on innocent people?
I don't know what's cut out, but you're dealing with these demons, man. You're dealing with these ministering spirits, on the left hand, man. Esau, these supernatural agents, man. Man, this hideous person, man, this evil agency personified. Man, these are agents, these are actors, man. These are the accusers of the brethren, man. This is Esau Edom.
I thought you were friends with these guys. Like, they're supporting you. They had your back. When Democrats were saying defund the police, like, these people had your back. These people were warned.
Yeah, man. It was a delusion, just like Black Lives Matter, but, at least Black Lives Matter have a little bit more justification, because what do you mean Blue Lives Matter? You're marching for people who have political force, we're not anything, we don't support that Black Lives Matter, we don't, but, if I hurt a cop, I get extra time, so you won't charge a hate crime for a cop, because it's got blue lines out of race. If you're truly conservative, you should be against the police, because you should be against the military extent. I mean, the police put militarized military extent of the government, man. You should be against police, But they use this delusion against Jake and against Esau, man, to get you still to trust in Babylon the Great. Second Ezra 15:11. I will bring them down with the mighty hand and stretched out army and smite Egypt with the plagues thereof before I destroy the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, the foundations of it shall be smitten, the plagues and the punishment of thy power shall bring onto it. They shall till the ground. They that till the ground shall mourn, their seeds shall fail, falling through the blast and the hail. With fearful consolations, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, when people shall stand to fight against another in their swords in their hands. And for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. The course of their actions shall be in their power. The destruction draweth nigh, man. And you can see, man, how the government's getting ready, man. They're laughing at you, shooting at people, knowing that they're innocent. Imagine the guerrilla troops. Don't be surprised if a lot of people are private military. Don't be surprised if those are mercenaries. Well, they use all this Trump propaganda You don't think these lefties would have been convinced that those people are the most wickedest things on the planet? That they just try to overthrow democracy? Of course they're gonna try to shoot you. I mean, but then people just openly, but do people have no problem shooting people who support Trump, man? Because it's a Hegelian dialect, left versus right, that you don't actually have to really blame your government.
Hey, what's going to happen to American cities if we defund the police? Blue Lives Matter, we support you, right? Until you open fire on innocent people, a peaceful crowd. It turns out there was a hell of a lot of body cam footage. We were hoping to see this body cam footage. And from Capitol Police that day, all of it was hidden from us until now. And it completely upends Democrats' official narrative about that day. There had been eyewitness reports from the Capitol Police fired on innocent protesters that day. But that was suppressed until this weekend when we can clearly see Capitol Police using paintball guns. Now we get to see it from their side. We get to see the body cam footage from their
Isaiah 29, 21. That make a man an offender for a word and lay a snare for him that reproveth at the gate to turn aside the just thing for things of not, man. And that's what it's all about. They made a man an offender for a word. They set him up. They set him up to run. They set him up to run. He gets popular with a very grassroots type of approach and mindset. Really speaking to people who really called out just to have that word demonized. Just because really a lot of these things will be linked to the Israelites, man. And it's all really about them who approveth at the gate, You can see conservatives rebuke ideas, but they don't really believe it. They'll support an anti-rainbow. They'll speak as if they're anti-rainbow, but when they go support Israel, they go talk about how they don't accept any rainbow people. The Palestinians are anti-rainbows. Or they'll say that the rainbow agenda is bad, but they'll support the British Empire for bringing ideas like the protection of homo rights. It's not being some, tyrannical, but, so they'll fight against their own values.
firing rubber ball grenades, pepper spray, flashbang grenades, and pepper spray and tear gas as well. The official narrative is that MAGA supporters rushed the Capitol, smashed through the barricades, and that's when they were fired upon. Would we see a footage emerging showing the opposite of that they were fired on first, as many eyewitnesses had said that day, and they were called crazy, they were called conspiracy theorists, and so forth? Turns out, yes, we would. So let me set this up. This footage you're about to see. What you see here is at 1:06 p.m. when these shots are first fired from Capitol Police. They're on the balcony, and they fire at...
Giving warnings about chemical munitions. I need the left and lethal team position above me to start deploying.
And fire. Look at the lower left-hand part of your screen. Boom, hit in the face. Okay, boom, right there with the paintball, hit in the face. Pierces his cheek, okay? And just to recap again, so here we go.
Man, they trust in Egypt. They trust in their Pharaoh. Got hit in the face, got pierced.
Fires right here, fire shots open, and fire into the crowd at 1:07 p.m. Boom, right into the face, and onto the right side. Impact on both of those areas. People start saying, what are you doing? Like, we're peaceful.
Oh my God.
And there he is with a paintball into his face. And
I don't think that's an actual paintball. Those must be some
Pierce for trusting Egypt.
kind, because paintballs don't do that. They're pepper balls, I believe, is usually what police fire.
So I'm not sure exactly what that munition was that pierced his cheek. I mean, so you can see this crowd is not rushing the barricades until they're hit. Until they're hit with all of these different flashbang grenades.
Deploying flashbangs on us.
And they let them know that they're number one.
Into their own people. We're supposed to be supporting Blue Lives Matter. We represent Blue Lives, and this is what they do to us. Sting bone deployed! Sting bone deployed! Sting bone deployed!
Now you can see all the body cam footage here from the police, Capitol Police. There's a lot of grenades being used, a lot of sting balls and rubber ball grenades being thrown. This guy loves throwing them. He's having a blast, just tossing them over there. Big bag of them like Santa Claus. Keep lobbing them.
23 up here. Get 43 on the north side of I-3. 31 coming down I-3. 51, can you hear me?
You got more in there, Santa Claus? All right, give me some more of those. Give me some more of those.
Looks like a video game, man. You're trusting the broken reed of Egypt. Blue eyes. The same people young.
Balls. It's amazing how you need those now that you fired them.
Never thrown the concussion grenades. If they'd never used a pepper spray, this wouldn't have happened. It was a peaceful protest. I was standing within 15 feet of the lane of officers. They started firing.
White people will say, oh, when white people get killed by the cops, and you're fine with that. Really? It shouldn't have even been a race issue. It should have been a police brutality issue. If they really wanted to end police brutality, you want to really create a movement to get people against police brutality, what they needed to do was make it a non-racial movement, as fucked up as that is. The slogan had to be non-racial. But, you know, it's sin against Satan. It's really set up to cast itself down, you know.
Before anybody did anything to them. We were not rushing them. There was no advance on them. They just started throwing concussion grenades and pepper spray.
This marks the potential start of a third world war, and we will soon be hit with a silent, untraceable...
Now, recall all the interviews that you've done with Brandon Straka, who said that when he was mounting his defense, he was not allowed to see all of this footage. He was only given what they had against him and nothing else, right? So a lot of this was not available, not just to us, the public, because it was a carefully crafted narrative, but also to the people who were trying to defend themselves. So like that guy there who was saying, no, we were peaceful up until this. You have to wonder, how useful is that to people's defenses, and how much was it then withheld from them?
We know it was, absolutely. And when you see all of the other, I couldn't show you all of the footage tonight. I want to wrap it up here in a second. But there's so much other footage showing how the protest was peaceful until fired upon. We can't go through it all. But all of the body cam footage confirms it. Here's just a piece confirming that information that was withheld, showing the Capitol Police admitting, here it's subtitled, to let you know that they're admitting we are firing on innocent people. And they're...
We ended that off. We're fucked. Right. We ended that off. We're getting a lot of pain applying when we hit innocent people. And not only that, we're taking out one and 10 of them are getting angrier. We're multiplying by hitting them.
Imagine that. They're innocent. We're multiplying their anger by hitting them.
That's really? Not like blowback.
Is that what he just said?
That's exactly what he just said. That's literally what he just said. But this is all kept from you. And I'm sure CNN, don't worry, I'm sure CNN will show you all of this footage. I'm sure rallies and other things like that to instigate. We have the evidence that you did. You know, when you do this investigation, are you going to tell us which of these people that it's a conspiracy, and then you couldn't find watching us on Rumble or on YouTube. We've got more news to get to because President Biden is itching for a war with Iran, and we have some major developments in the war with
People were interested in America, man. But it was just a thing to raise money, to suck all the wealth out the world, you know, to bring that crash, man, to bring in that MOTB, man. America's only really created to deceive the world, to denying the Lord, getting rich, to create heaven on earth for Esau, even for the bankers, man, for the bankers. And these Edomites, man, they think that the system, that's why they're gonna be the worst to rebel. The middle class will always be the worst to rebel. When they lose, because it was all fine for them. It was all fine for them when we were just down. Hope this lesson was edifying. Call Halayim Yahweh Hashem Yahshai B'Hashem Rokadash.
attack from Hezbollah on Israel, a Houthi rebel.